So every year, it's Christmas. Obviously, what am I saying? So every year, during Christmas time, I decorate this car, I Christmasify it. And that includes 3 things. The reindeer package, the tongue, and the Christmas wrapping paper. During some years, I go crazier than others. This year, I am pretty late to the game. Normally, I would Christmasify it after Thanksgiving or even mid-November. But currently, it is about a week away from Christmas. Regardless, I don't miss my years. So, in the spirit of Christmasifying my car, I thought I'd document it and show you how exactly I make my car more on theme for the season. So I actually haven't washed my car in about 6 or 7 months. I've been really neglecting this car because I've just been so busy. So far it's kind of clean, but it definitely needs a wash before I wrap this thing. So let's go wash it first.
2 hours later.
All right, now that is washed, kind of. The festivization of this car includes 3 steps. I should bring a light in here. Where's my light? As I said before, it includes 3 steps. The wrapping, the reindeer cosmetics, and the tongue. Now, I normally run a tongue on here for the... Oh my god, I have 2. I think this was my main one. Wow, it's still pretty clean. I'm actually so surprised how clean it is. Now, I made this by myself. DIY. It was made out of cardboard, literally. I'm actually really surprised how clean... Why is it so straight? Normally, if I have this on, it bends really fast. I was expecting myself to do some restoration because these tongues get really messed up because they're just on the car and they're made out of cardboard. This one, on the other hand, is not so nice. This is a good example of... Actually, it's not bad either. I'm pretty sure this one's a newer one, but I'm going to be installing that. Reindeer antlers, the nose, and wrapping it. Let me just get the wrap real quick. Boom! I present to you the Christmas wrapping paper. This is the same wrapping paper I used last year. I only wrapped the hood, but this year, I'll be wrapping the hood again. And yeah, let's finally begin. All right, ignore how messed up my paint is. Let's get to wrapping. First step, we need access to the hood, which means popping the hood. Now that the hood is popped, what's next? You unlatch the hood. You need something to prop in between the hood and the actual car so it stays up just a little bit, just enough. Piece of cardboard works perfectly cool. But it could be anything. I used to use like cans, my water bottle. So I just put this like that. Hopefully it holds up. Piece of cardboard. Oh my god, maybe not. Hold on. Yo, this cardboard is pretty strong. What the hell? Oh my god, okay. I need something else. Yeah, maybe a can will do. A can always works. Grab myself a Kirkland tomato paste. Not sponsored, but you could use a can literally this small and it'll work. Oh my, not my cardboard. Boom, okay? So you want it to be just a little bit propped up so that when you wrap the wrap around it, you can wrap around it, tape under, and that's how you get it done. Again, ignore my terrible paint job, but like right here, just enough to put it in. Second camera angle. All right, let's start wrapping. All right, like I stated before, you're gonna need your wrap, scissors, and most importantly, packaging tape. Packaging tape is gonna be your best friend. I'll show you guys why in a second. So this wrap is a little bit messed up. As you can see, it's very crumpled. You want to get a very clean portion. So I'm gonna be cutting off this messed up part. All right, usually this is much easier with 2 people, but I'm only here by myself. Let's first cut this so that we have perfectly new wrap to work with. Oh my god, do I have enough? Hold on, do I have enough? Oh my god. Yo, if I don't have enough, I might be screwed. Let me just double check real quick. Yo, I don't think I have enough. Yo, this is how much I have. Maybe if I cut off, I think I have enough, but I'm gonna have to like piece the puzzles together. Normally, I would just lay it 2 times, one this way and then another time this way, but I didn't expect to run out so fast. I did use this paper for last year's. I'm gonna have to cut it off and then kind of just piece together what's remaining on this side. Now this is where packaging tape comes in handy. I'm going to take a piece of tape, tape it under the hood so it stays in place, and then I cut the other side to make sure it's straight. Alright, I just put 2 pieces of tape to make sure that it doesn't wiggle around. And so now that it's straight, I'm going to pull it out and cut it from the other side. There we go. I genuinely think I'm cooked. I'm going to have to use the messed up wrapping paper to cover this and that on the other side. But it's okay. That's why we have a little extra. Let's get to finish wrapping this thing. Just a reminder, avoid taping on the hood itself. That is how my paint is all faded up, because one year I decided to tape all over the hood to make it waterproof, and that trapped the heat with the cheap wrapping paper, which ultimately destroyed my paint. So avoid doing that. Put as minimal tape above your paint as possible and avoid taping directly onto your paint. Also, just something to note, make sure that you tape all the way around the seams. Cover every millimeter with tape, otherwise you risk the chance of air going underneath the wrap and blowing it up, covering your windshield, which has happened to me the first year. So try not to do that. Make sure it's all covered up so that's airtight. Now that I finished this side, I'm gonna do that side now. By the way, I normally create very cinematic videos. I'm trying this new YouTube thing, so if you're watching this and you made it this far, thank you so much. Consider subscribing, dropping a like, and commenting. I want to get more into long form, though my main platform is currently Instagram. Check out my work, it should be up here. Yeah, go ahead, check it out. Because the hood is only lifted a couple inches, there's not much room here. So when you're taping on these sides, just make sure you lift the hood up just a little bit, enough clearance to put the tape down so that you don't accidentally put it on your fender. When you're done, you should be able to run your finger through this and it's completely smooth, covered with tape. I like to use packaging tape because 1, it's clear, 2, it's strong, and 3, it's waterproof. Like you can just pour water on top of it. It doesn't soak up any water. I'm gonna see if I could use this very thin piece of wrapping paper to cover the rest of that over there. Okay, I decided I'm gonna use the old wrapping paper. That piece is just too small and it's not going to work. So let's go get the back. Honestly, it's not that bad. Okay, let's cut out the good parts at least and then use it. Now at this point, I'm practically done. As you can see, I have the hood up so that I can get these little crevices and put tape on it. And the thing I want to say is that in this very corner, this is the most difficult spot that you'll get. What I like to do is I put the piece of tape like this, and I like to slip a credit card through just to get in these very, very small little crevices. But it's very difficult. I'm gonna put the camera down so I can do it. Hold on here. And just like that, it is complete. Look at it, look how smooth and beautiful it is. Now, that's part 1 that's done. There's 2 more things left to do to complete the look. Oh my God, check out what I found. Do you see that? This is from a previous year's wrap job. Oh my God, this is wrapping paper from like, this has been on my car for like 2 years straight. Just wrap it around, make sure there's enough length so that it goes above the hood. Boom, just like that. You got yourself a little nut. Here's a little secret. The tongue is literally touched by 2 zip ties. So these are the old ones that I'm going to be getting rid of. These are the new ones, and they just hook on to the bottom of my bumper. Easy peasy lemons. So here's the final product.
Tomorrow.
Okay, it's the next day, and I finished festivizing my Miata, the festivization of the Miata process, whatever you want to call it. And so, I'm going to show you guys the final results. Ready? Here it is. Isn't she beautiful? Look at this. Sheesh. I can just like hold it in my hand, but I can't. It's a big car, so not really. It's a small car. Look at the tongue is a little messed up. Just ignore that. But other than that, it is now ready for Christmas. So yeah, that's how you festivize, Christmasify, whatever you want to call it, your car for the holiday season. If you're interested in doing this yourself at home, just be careful of the wrap flying into your windshield. You want to take precautions. If you made it this far into the video, thank you so much. This is my second official long form video, and if you really enjoyed it, consider subscribing. Yeah, subscribe for more to come. My goal for 2026 is create more long form videos, so there's definitely gonna be more coming. And yeah, thank you for sticking around. You know, I sometimes would do this when my car is not fully washed. It might, since I have to reach down here like this, the bumper would be disgusting. It would be just lined up with dead bugs. It'd be just a graveyard, and I'd be mere millimeters away from licking it. Anyways, that's probably a detail I didn't need to share.